The Masterclass. This is where we teach advanced dropshipping, Facebook ads, Shopify, email tricks, and golden nuggets that really help our students reach the next level. If you just give me a second, guys, I'm going to roll the credits, and I'll be back in about 30 seconds after that with all my students. Hang tight. See you in a second. And we are live. We're live over at the Freedom Club. Welcome everybody to Thursday night's Growth Masterclass call with me, your host, Chris Evers, Head of Education here at the Freedom Club, and Seeker of Conversions over on YouTube. Just give me a second, I'm just going to get myself all sorted out here. Jessica, hello. How you doing? Michaela, Maria, Emily, Shafron, hello. How you all doing? Caden. Oh man, there's some familiar faces here tonight. Drew, your first time for you. You just be listening in. No, you can't just listen in. You have to participate. Mazer. So, Drew, if this is your first time, I'm not sure if you're aware, but what we're going to do is invite you to come up and share and tell everyone how you... No, I'm just kidding. You're not going to do any of that stuff. But if you do have any questions that you need answered about the course, where you're at or where you feel free to chime in and ask questions. That's what this is all for. Damon, Bonnie, and Jake, welcome everybody. Welcome. Now, if this is your first time, there were some bangers that we let out last week. Some absolute bangers. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop a link in here to my YouTube channel. And you can go back and have a look at last week's episodes. I think last week, Thursday, Tuesday, and the Tuesday before, either the last week or the week before that, and all the week before that. We went to a lot of detail, and I showed you guys a lot. And it's going to take me a little while until I got another masterclass of that caliber. I need to go away and come up with some fresh content. I do have a lot more to teach you guys. It's just about putting it together. But those were absolute bangers. So if you're watching this and you've been away for a week or two, please go back to the YouTube channel. Please watch those streams. They were long, but you can watch them at double time to get through it all. I taught you guys how I use ChatGPT to generate hundreds of ads. And then I also talked about in the next one how I use emails to make most of my profits. I do have a lot more. There's a lot more up in this little noggin to teach you. Again, I got to make sure that I have the time to put aside to go and make you guys some fresh content. But I will. I've got some stuff brewing in here. All right. In the meantime, what we're going to do is open this up and go and look at all the questions on the event page. See where you guys need help. If I know my audience right, I'm probably expecting a lot of please look at my ad account, please look at my ad account, please look at my ad account, please look at my ad account. Guys, it gets a little boring. You're all asking the same questions. What I want to start doing is looking at your ad account and having you guys tell everybody else what's wrong. Caden and Claire, and/or Claire. You have a question regarding the process of transitioning testing ads to scaling. We currently have two separate campaigns, testing and scaling. Inside the scaling campaign, you have one ad set with all of your previous winners from your testing campaign. Now you're testing more creatives. Should I collect all the new winners and put them into the new scaling ad set inside the scaling campaign? That's a good question. Or should I add them into the existing scaling ad set? And then, as a follow-up, if we add the winning creative from testing to the new creative ad set, how many winning creatives is a good target? Okay. I think the best way for me to answer this question is to show you home craftology. So, Let me just log into Homecraftology's ad account, and then I'll share my screen, and I'll show you what I just went through, because I'm getting results that I haven't seen since 2019, and I'm getting a little excited because the last time my store did this, I made a ton of money. I'm feeling very good about where we're at right now. And it all comes down to nailing the testing process. And to answer really part 2 of your question, how many creatives should you have? You should never stop making creatives. You should be making creatives until Facebook says, hey, you can't put any more creatives in this ad set anymore. That's when you know you've done well. Okay. Oh, I've just got some bad news on my account. I'll have to show you. All right, let me share my screen. Sorry if I was just reading that for a second. I want to share this one here. And let me share my YouTube's screen real quick for you guys. Oh, you guys are already watching it. Cool. All right. So, the bad news that I got was this is my current Advantage Plus shopping campaign here, and Facebook's giving me this recommendation, to put in quotes. It might be a recommendation, but don't think for a second that applying this to your ad account is going to make your ad account perform better. Just remember, Meta's job here is to take as much money out of your wallet as possible. Okay, Facebook's telling me I could get more return on ad spend by maximizing the value of my conversions. Because I share different values for conversions, I didn't know I was doing that, by the way. Use the maximize value of conversions, which I was pretty adamant I was using performance goal instead to show ads to people likely to generate higher value for your business. This can improve my return on ad spend. Oh, it's very, very tempting to go and just click get started, but the moment I do that, it's going to put this back into learning, and I'll show you where I'm at on this ad set. Like today we're getting orders for like $45 per purchase. That can't be right. I've actually had, just let me have a look on this one. Let me see where we're at. See if Facebook's telling porcupines. All right, so that's the last 90 days, is it? That's not bad. Not bad at all. Okay, last 7 days. So this is where we're at. We've done 15,000 US dollars in the last 7 days. It's pretty good. Pretty good. But what's even more impressive is the return on ad spend. Now over today. Oh, that's yesterday. Today. $1,200 US and 27 orders. And Facebook is 20 orders. No, it's fulfilled. So 27 orders fulfilled. Sorry, 27 orders in total. And Facebook is telling me we've only had 13 orders. Well, well, well. So it's probably not. Facebook probably hasn't generated. Oh, come back. What did it say it was? Did it say 27? 27. Facebook has probably not generated 27 sales today, but it's definitely had been more than 13. That's for sure. So this cost per purchase isn't quite accurate today, or any day for that matter. It's never really accurate, but the ROAS is quite good at 1.7. That's a fantastic ROAS for me. Okay, so I'm getting to the point. Be careful of recommendations. Applying that, we'll put this back into learning, and I just got this out of learning and into active, so we're doing really well. This is a Advantage Plus, as you can see here, that I created on the 19th of the 3rd. Now, I always date the day that I create an Advantage Plus, just to keep a record, because things can get tricky, right? As you do a lot of stuff. Look at my ad account. There's a lot of stuff I've done over a lot of period of time. And if we go back to the maximum data Facebook will show you, which is not the like I've spent a lot more than this over the age of the account. It's like at 857,000, and that's going back to 2022. So I've been doing this since 2015. You can imagine the size of this ad account, but it only shows you the last few years. Anyway, I digress. If I show you, so that was made on the 19th, right? So let's go back. Let's go back to the 19th. That was that date. We'll go back to the 1st of March until today. Now, my cost per purchase on this one here is at $36 with a 2.63 ROAS. We'll go by amount spent, and we'll probably see the previous one, which was going to start answering your question here. So the previous one, previous ad account, my previous Advantage Plus shopping campaign that I've been running since the 1st of January was giving me $33 purchases. My new one's giving me 36. Well, I probably, there might be something I can do to shave that down a little tiny bit. My retargeting here, you can see is giving me $27 purchases, and I turned it off. I was just doing a little test to see what would happen if I would turn that off. I think it's fair to say I should probably keep it on because my ROAS is really, really good on that. Anyway, we were running on this for months, and this one had a total of, I think, maybe 24 good ads. If I search by, if I do this by amount spent, so what's this? Does it tell me how many I've got? Well, 31 ads in total, but only half of them are turned on, if that. So about 15 good ads. And they were running for quite some time before I decided it was time to shake things up a bit. So what I did, and I went through, and this, I won't tell you the whole process, but I went through my previous call to show you guys exactly how I went about creating all new ads. My new ad account, so my new Advantage Plus shopping campaign here, this one's got way more ads. Probably double. We got 38 ads in total, and they're all active. So double the amount of active ads that my previous campaign has. And you can see the big benefit is, yes, we got some ads that have a high cost per purchase, but we have a lot of other ads, except for that one that I may consider turning off. We'll come back to that one. But look at this one, $18 per purchase on this one. $18 per purchase. Phenomenal. So yeah, the more good ads you have inside your Advantage Plus, the better. I just want to see what this winner is, by the way. Kits starting from as low as $12. Of course, that'll be the winner. It's a great ad. It's Chef's Kiss. I didn't make it, so I'm okay saying that. My image guy did. My ads are terrible. But they did the job for a long time. They did the job, and now I get to have someone else look at what I tried to do and make stuff better. So he's taken my crayon drawings and turning them into masterpieces. So how we do this is we don't want to disturb, or I didn't want to disturb the one that was working really well. But what was happening, I think what was happening, let's just keep them both there, just so I can get it straight in my head. Yeah, 32 and 28. So it was pretty good. I'm going to have to go and have a look at what the difference was. But how we do this now is we duplicate the Advantage Plus that we've had running into a new one, and we don't turn it off. We don't do anything with the one that was running. This stays running for as long as we need it to. And this new one, I started up at $100 per day to start off with. And I put all of my new ads in there, and I slowly started putting the cost, the daily budget up bit by bit from $100 a day to maybe $120 the next day to $150. And I was really slow at doing it because you could put a whole bunch of money into the budget of this one and get a bad result and turn it off. But Advantage Plus works at a longer game than that. It can take 7 to even 12 days to really optimize your Advantage Plus. And I don't mean just get out of Facebook learning. I mean, people inside this funnel could take 7 to 12 days to purchase. So if you spend $100 in day one, you don't get any purchases on an Advantage Plus, you kind of got to just like ride it out and just see what happens and be patient. And if you haven't gotten, like you can see here, over a longer period of time, now the picture starts getting painted, right? You've got to have enough data to paint a vivid picture of what's going on, to know what's going on. So yes, my cost per purchase on my new one is slightly higher, but I'm making slightly more money on the ROAS. So if I can, now that I've spent enough time letting the data kind of like, it's like when you take a Polaroid photo and you got to let it develop. You got to let the data develop a picture for you to understand what's going on. So now I can go into my new one. Oh, I got to continue with what we do. So then as we're putting the budget up on the new one, we're pulling the budget down off the old one. No more than 20% per day. If you increase or decrease your budget here, which was 700, if you decrease it too quickly, your old one will go back into learning, and you do not want to disturb your old one. We want to keep this stable, because if you disturb this one, you ruin everything and you'll just stop making money. We want to have a smooth handover of your old Advantage Plus to your new Advantage Plus. That makes sense? I haven't seen anybody in the chat for a couple of minutes. So is my chat frozen, or am I just speaking sense? Because I don't feel like I'm speaking sense. When I felt like the budget was high enough on my new Advantage Plus and I felt like the conversions were coming through, then I just switched my old Advantage Plus off. I never delete it. I just keep it going, because look at this. Now I can look back at my data and say, you know what? We're $3 more expensive on this new one. And now I get to go and make a decision. Do I want to shave $3 off? Should I turn these ones off? Will that help me in any way, shape, or form? My answer to that is probably not. Probably won't. Maybe I could turn off this A1 copy, but it's getting a decent click through. Its cost per click is quite good. I bet you if I take another look at like add to carts, look at this. Yeah, I could turn this off, but I would have missed out on 34 add to carts. And look, there's 4 checkouts. Usually, the usual stats that you see on checkouts is most of the time, if you see say 10 checkouts, you probably see 5 purchases. In this case, we've had 4 checkouts and just the 1 purchase. So if this had 2 purchases and wasn't an anomaly, then my cost per purchase would be back down to $55. If it got 3 purchases out of 4, it'd be, it's a statistical anomaly in the right direction. We'd be down to $33 per purchase, and I'd be happy. I'd be back in the green on this one. So I'm not going to turn it off. I'm not going to turn it off. If it would had vastly inferior click-through ratio or a hugely expensive cost per click, then I might turn it off. But so far, these are all looking fairly good. I'm going to keep things going. Except for, oh no, this one, R1, which was one of my original winners, $5 cost per click, and 0.51 CTR. Well, that's not looking great, but it's only spent $5. This one here, you could spend, whoops, you could spend another $5 on that one and get 3 clicks, and all of a sudden it could look like the best ad in the bunch. So when you're making decisions, you're only supposed to be making them on the ads that have had a significant spend, because it's only once you have a significant amount of data that you have a true picture. So don't get caught up in thinking, oh boy, A2, $70 spent, I should turn this one off. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. Let's have another look. Or maybe this one. It's had 5 add to carts. It's had no checkouts. So it's not inspiring any conversions. Maybe this one's on the chopping block. Legendary, world famous customer support. All right, so I mean, I could probably beef that up a bit. I could probably show a better image. I could probably make legendary, world famous customer support sound a bit more sexy. There are things I could do to this one. So I could turn that one off and go back to the drawing board and start my next round of ads. I'll keep it going for now. I'll get a bit more data on it. I'll make sure that it's not just a statistical anomaly. And I'll take my time and I'm going to be patient. Because when things are heading in the right direction, if you're impatient and you make decisions on a whim, you will end up screwing the whole thing up. Trust me, I've done it too many times to not tell you guys. I've screwed up so many times. And then every time I screw up, it takes another month to start seeing results like this. So no, I'm not going to touch anything just yet. Even though I've spent, you know, what, $18,000? Well, that's how much I've made. How much have I spent on this one? I spent $7,000 on this ad campaign. I still don't feel like I have enough data here to start cutting any ads or making any decisions. Not just yet. But if I did have something, like if you look at my old ad set, if we go back in time. You will see in this one, the original, well, it's not even the original, but it was, from your perspective, the original Advantage Plus shopping. It's had a fair few. Oh man, that was probably a good ad. Why did I call that one? Why was that one turned off, Chris? You bloody idiot. You see my point. You see my point. Sometimes we make rash decisions when we haven't let the full picture show itself yet. But you can see here there were others that I had turned off. So these ones here, some of these I turned off and I put them back into the new campaign and they're performing really, really well. So don't make rash decisions. Jess, you're saying Advantage Plus is slow to learn. You've lowered your spend like I recommend and just been a little bit naughty and turned on a few of my best testing ads which keep me in the positive the last few days. You've turned them off now and checking on your first time in your sales. You've just turned them off now on checking for the first time all your sales came through the Advantage Plus. Terrific! That's what we want to see. Advantage Plus is your end game, guys. If you're not using it, don't think you're doing anything wrong. It's not the thing that you jump on first. First, you get your manual sales campaigns working, okay? And some of us don't even have the option of doing manual versus Advantage Plus. We can only do Advantage Plus. But if you have the option of manual, do that first. Advantage Plus is a much slower time to learn, and maybe that's why Facebook is pushing new accounts to only use it. Time will tell. For me, I'm going to definitely turn my retargeting back on, but I'm probably going to redo my retargeting ads because there's not many in here. I probably need to add all my best ones from the Advantage Plus in here that are doing really, really, really well with, and look, my messaging on my retargeting is slightly different from my messaging on my other ads, so I'll probably turn this back on. I just turned it off just to see what the difference was and if it was worthwhile, and it's clear that it would be beneficial. So does that answer your question of what to do with your new? We're pulling a new one up, we're slowly taking the new one down, and then we're doing the switcheroo. Renee, your ad accounts are new and you can do the manual. It was just a roadmap to use it though. Yeah, well, eventually Facebook will roll out the updates to every single account and we'll all be stuck with no choice but to do an Advantage Plus. It's the way things are going. In the long run, it makes them more money because it takes us longer to test, but also in the long run gives us, it's better for us. So it's better for everybody. It makes them more money and gives us better results over time. Anyway, Chaperon, you're doing a new campaign. You put all your winning ads and you're keeping them in the testing campaign. You thought this would be the perfect opportunity to increase the ad spend and see how it went. You haven't had much traction. Am I able to review your ads manager for me? And let me know your thoughts, please. Fresh living ads. You have limited metadata daily spend. And you're still testing new ads. Not sure how to juggle this, though. When you want to test more, then you can spend leave performing ads on. Okay, let me read this again. Hold on. You started a new campaign to put all your winning ads in instead of keeping them in your testing campaign. Cool. So we're starting a scaling campaign for the first time. You thought this would be a perfect opportunity to increase your ad spend. Probably not a good opportunity to increase your ad spend. You've put in all of your winners, and we just talked about this in what I just said. You put all your winners into an Advantage Plus. It's going to take a bit more time for the picture to develop. So not a great moment to increase your ad spend, but it's done now. It's done now. You can decrease it, but Only by 20% per day. Otherwise, you reset your learning. I'm not going to look in the ad account today, Shafron. I think we'll do that on Thursday. I want you to give this a couple more days worth of data, if that's okay. A couple of days more data, I think, is going to be what we need here. Especially with a limited daily spend. You haven't done Advantage Plus, and you've increased. Okay, you've increased your ad spend $10 per ad, or just in total. No, maybe we do need to take a look. Who are you? Something living. Fresh living. Ah, okay. Show me today. Look, I could spend $100 and get 2 sales one day, and spend $100 the next day and get 5 sales. Like, we're not talking a lot of money here, and it's very, very difficult to give you information when we're spending such small amounts of money. We've got top of funnel vacuum sealing and top of funnel vacuum sealing. So if you want my help, it would really be helpful to label things with what you're doing in the future. I'm not trying to rouse on you or anything. Just it'd be helpful for me to give you better information. If I can understand what you're trying to achieve in your campaign here. We got broad, and we're testing creatives for $10 a day. Okay, cool. Top funnel furniture vacuum. Oh, we've got lots of different ad sets in here. No, if we're trying to scale, a scaling campaign should have one ad set only. So I'm not quite sure what the strategy here is. Will changing campaign name to the date? Will changing the campaign name at the date start your campaign again? It shouldn't. It shouldn't. It does make me nervous giving you that information though, because if it does, I don't want to risk it either. It shouldn't change. It shouldn't go back into learning. Just changing the campaign name. It shouldn't. But if it does, please tell me. Please let me know. I've done it before and it hasn't. But who knows these days? Oh, hey, over on YouTube, look, no. When editing an ad, how should I add my own custom design product from the compilation of ripped ads? You're doing a dog supplement brand that's similar to Zesty Paw brand. How would I do it? Well, in terms of editing, CapCut. CapCut's going to be you go there putting your product in there. As for how you can make it all gel together, you could use, say, AI ads. So I like Arc ads. It's a great way of taking... I'll show you what I do here. You know, you write a script. You have your AI ads. I'll come back to that one in a second, Shafron. Just to show you how I do this. We come over here, Arc ads, and we make a script, and we make an AI character say the things that we want. So this one was all about the bathroom hacks. Export these out, remove the background in CapCut, and then you've got like a cohesive story that you can actually put in front of all of your other clips from other people, building your brand new ad that only you have, and you can put images or video of your product in there, and then off you go. Hope that answers your question. Shafron, you followed Austin's lessons and you made it, then you spoke to another member and have now made one ad set with them and shall start tomorrow. Beautiful. That's what we want. Turn off all of your other ad sets and your broad winners. That's cool that you got them down here. That's cool. So that's perfect. Perfect. This is how we want to get to. This is good. This is really good, Shafron. This is the next step. So testing all your products individually in individual ad sets. Great. That's step 1. And step 2, getting them all into one winning ad set here. Fantastic. We're heading into the right direction. Good job. All right. Josh, Launched a new product, good metrics. These are your metrics. Broad doesn't seem to be doing very well as targeting so far. That may continue doing, it may increase. You want to test new products and you're not sure how to do this as with other products you did using Broad. Should you create new creatives and test them? My bad. You want to test new creatives, but not sure how to do this as with other products you did using Broad. Should I create new creatives and test them in separate campaign each with pets, animals targeting? Look, if you're targeting pets and animals, you probably don't need to target pets and animals. You probably, if you're patient, your Broad campaign will do really well. See, what's happened here, my friend, is you're letting bias in your mind make bad decisions for you. Look at this. Audience testing Broad spent $116 with a CTR of 2.3 and a cost per click of 174, 3 add to carts, and 3 checkouts initiated. Potentially that could have been 1 to 3 purchases, but over here in pet animals, spent a little bit more, only a slight increase in CTR and a slight decrease in cost per purchase, probably because initially a targeted audience will probably find an audience initially better. It had 5 checkouts with 5 purchases. That could have probably been, if you're going by my normal numbers, 5 checkouts would be 2.5 purchases. So yes, it seems like it's going to be the absolute banging winner. Reality is, you may have only had 2.5 purchases at $55 per purchase, whereas the audience testing Broad could have also had 2 to 3 purchases, getting you the same cost per purchase. But as time goes on, your audience testing Broad will learn, and it will be most likely the winning campaign over a long period of time. When we're first starting out and we've won our first few sales, doing an ad set targeted to the niche, perfect. But after we've been going for a little while, and as we want to start expanding, Broad is the only option, really. Your campaign has to work in Broad, or it's not going to work at all in the long scheme of things once you're past the initial testing phase. What you need to be doing if your Broad isn't working is having a look at how you can put more things in Broad to get more people to click. But Facebook will learn. It will learn by the people who interact with your product, and it will target people who have dogs, even if you haven't specifically asked it to. So what I would do, no more targeting practice. You can continue using these targets if you want to get some easy wins and make a bit of initial money. But now it's time to really start testing the Broads and getting them working. Chevron, do you turn the ads in the testing campaign off? If you're done testing, yeah, turn them off. If you're done testing for now and you want to put them into your scaling campaign, turn them off and get your next round of testing ready. Testing never stops. Testing happens in... Sorry for hitting the mic again. Testing never stops and testing happens in rounds. So yes, right now for Homecraftology, my testing is having a break while I've got that ad campaign running. So while that campaign is going to be good, then my next phase is going to be another set of 20 ads and putting them into testing. And it's test on, scale. Well, this is how I go. Testing and then scaling. Testing and then scaling. And it just never ends. It's back and forth. Caden and or Claire. Question regarding the process of transitioning. We've been through this. Why do you guys all have... Every week it's a different same question. Are you guys all syncing up? Are you guys all like, before my calls, just getting in a chat somewhere and going, you know what? Let's all get the same questions this week. It's good to see. Good to see that you're all in sync. Kaden and Claire, we're going to skip this one. We've answered that one. Indiana. You'll hopefully be able to attend the call. Please review your ads. I'd love to, but unless you've put them in somewhere, I don't know what store you have or if I even have access. In the future, please let me know. Please show me some data. Or let me know what your account name is. If you have already given me access to your ads. If you haven't given me access to your ads, DM me and I'll give you my email address and you can invite me if you so want. All right, Jake. Give your ad manager to shed some light on your data. Some things are looking good after discussion with Jordan yesterday. We want my opinion. All right. What do you got there, Jess? CTR, CPC, and ROAS goals. If only you could do the same. Whoa, look at those ROAS goals. 15. Damn. What's that from, Jess? Jess has just sent me a picture. Amazing. What sort of account is that? Because just remember too, you could give Facebook any data you want. So if you, and a lot of gurus do this, they'll put like inside of their landing page, they'll put an enormous price that they're getting for it. And come on, there is no, I'll see if I can share this picture. I don't know if I can share it on the Freedom Club. That's your account. What? Oh, wait a second. How much had you spent? Purchase on ROAS 978. Ridiculous. 100% link click-through rate. What was this on like 12:05 a.m.? It's pretty good, Jess. What was it actually after you finished? Jake, let me send you my email address. So you can. I won't take the invite right now, but if you send it to me, I'll accept the invite and I'll be ready for the next stream. In the meantime, okay, we're testing some sort of health product. CPMs are a little high. Mine are too for some of the brands that I have. It's always challenging when the CPMs are high. Dude, end of the day, no. What? Jess, did you just become a millionaire last night? That's fantastic. A lucky purchase. That's amazing. That's amazing. Incredible. A 900% ROAS. Yeah, okay. So CPMs are high. They're high for me. For some of my brands. It's all good because your click-throughs are high. When your CPMs are high, you have to have awesome click-throughs. Otherwise, things get very hard. But this tells me that your ads are probably fairly good ads. Your cost per click is good. Your CTRs are good. So that's heading in the right direction. Pilates set, $122 per purchase. Now, some people will be going, oh my God, $122 per purchase. But if I'm correct in thinking what this product is, I think I have an idea. If it is that thing, that the board, yeah, and your cost per purchase may be high, but you're probably selling this at about $240, I would hope. And if that's the case, and this thing only costs you $50 to $60 to buy, you're probably in the positive. Now, cost per purchase is always going to be high for this because it's a high ticket item. This CPM might come down over time if you can work on increasing the time that people spend on your website. So perhaps there could be that one. Cool. Yeah, that's a good product. What is, if you can just let me know how much it costs you to buy and how much you're selling it for. Because this could potentially be scaling territory here, potentially. Okay, $85 is how much it costs. So you're selling it for 178, 175. Ooh. We could probably get it cheaper. You reduced your price from $200. which resulted in purchases today. It might be a good price. Your cost per item is a bit worrying. If we can get that down a little bit, then $122 cost per purchase will be slightly profitable. Okay, it's heading in the right direction. We had 27 link clicks, 5 add to carts, 50 link clicks and 5 add to carts. That's well over the 5% add to cart rate you need. That's like a 10% add to cart rate. So that's good. Add to cart rate, fantastic. Checkout rate, $50 one, 50 clicks one. That's okay. That's a 2% checkout rate. That's average. 27 and 2, that's a 4% checkout rate. That's nice. But on average, we're now talking a 3%, less than 3% checkout rate, which we need to improve that. So how we, well, should we keep the other assets turned off? Personally, I'd be trying to make broad work. I wouldn't even bother keeping these ones. This is my personal opinion, okay? And this may differ from other coaches. It's just what I do. I'd be focusing on broad. And you don't have enough ads in here. You need way more ads. Way more image ads. Image ads are going to be what sells this thing. And we probably need to work on your landing page because your ads are actually, these results are fairly good. These click-throughs are really, really good. You do need more ads. Everyone, no matter how good your ads are, always needs more ads. Even I need more ads. There is not a single person on this planet that doesn't need more ads. But you should definitely, as a priority, be adding some really attractive looking image ads. That's one thing. Second thing, we need to put our heads together and we need to figure out how to either add more trust or to add more value, preferably both, to your landing page. I don't know if you want to share your landing page, but if you could tell Jordan that my advice is to add more trust and to more value on your landing page, he can probably help you in that direction. And when I say more value, a lot of these workout stores will usually include some kind of free video to take you through the product. If you could go find a personal trainer who can make you a video of using the product, you could say, we're going to give you a workout worth $47 for free when you purchase this. And all of a sudden that brings the price down in people's head. You'd probably make it more than that. You'd say a free workout guide. Are you ready to share it? Cool. Let's take a look. The Reformer, but with no an ER. That's tricky. I like that. A clean, okay. Landing page is good enough to get some sales. It's good enough, but you've seen the competition. I'm not sure about this. It looks too... I think she should be... maybe I'm wrong here, and maybe I'm completely off, but I feel like she should be wearing yoga pants at least. This one is great. 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 But also, remember part of the course is on your product image, your very first product image, we want key benefits on the product image, right? Remember why? 70% of your traffic is going to be from mobile. So the first thing people see when they go to my website is my satisfaction guarantees, my unique selling points up here that rotate. Then they see the product that they saw on Facebook with the key benefits here. And believe it or not, changing these key benefits in this image increased my conversion rate from 3% to 6%. Just this image alone. I tested it rigorously for 3 weeks. And this single image, that was all I changed on my page. I went from 3% to 6%. having some different options down here too. So yours is $175. You could have another option here for some add-ons. So it could be the reformer machine plus whatever it was. I don't know. Like there's so much you could sell someone who's interested in Pilates, from a towel to sweatbands to something to wipe down their machine when they're done, to a course that you could buy. And we'll come to that in a second. And that can be added value to increase your basket size, so that if it does continue to cost you $120 to make a purchase, there's other ways to make more money, right? I get a few people buying 4 of these. I get less, but probably 1 order at least per day of someone buying 6 of these. So if I break even on this one, I make money on this one, and I make loads of money on this one, I've still got the back end sales to go. So that's the most important part of your website that you need to work on there. Having a really amazing image there with your key benefits. The key benefits coming in, and some sort, like I like to put a thing here. What do you call this? Like a headline. You could do the #1 rated Pilates machine. That would be very, very powerful. Okay, what else? We need to add some kind of trust elements in here somewhere. So it would help if you could put in a review, even if it's just an image of a review, something like this. Make a nice image and stick that in there, just so that I know that I know that other people have bought this and liked it. Your buy one bundle, I don't think people are necessarily going to be buying 2 of these things in a bundle. But instead of having the bundles of the same thing, have the bundles, like I said, with the different things. Like we've seen this one. That should be a bundle. Unless this thing is included. And if this thing is included, that's a whole other thing. What is actually included? You should say you get the board plus you get this for free, this for free, this for free, this for free, this for free. And break down that cost. I know you got to hear that it all comes away, but the board itself, make that the $175 thing, and make all of these other things worth. See this expander bar here, whatever you want to call it. Well, here, don't say this is included. Say this is included, and these upgrades worth $59.95. You know what? They're in here for free. I didn't see. Oh, I think you meant this thing. The point is, this is the expensive item, and these things are all worth whatever price, but we're giving them to you for free this week only as a super bundle. And you don't just have buy one, you have get Reformer Pilates plus $97 worth of free accessories. I reminded you of Danos Direct. Yeah. I get excited when I start talking about bundles. I apologize. These are really nice images, by the way. Really, really nice. Your fonts, perfect. Your words here, and like you've written really good copy, and lots of really, really good use of bolding. 10 out of 10. Imagery, 10 out of 10. It's just, we gotta spice it up a little bit. You know, we gotta add a little bit more value into this. Get our customers a little bit more excited about this awesome deal you're gonna give them. It's like when we want to sell $175 worth of stuff, we've got to make it seem like it's worth so much more, and they'd be stupid not to do this. And the sale should be ending tomorrow. I have to be careful when I'm talking to all my clients, because my business partner's like, Chris, just calm down. And I'm going, but you can do this and this and this. Anyway, so even though this is very, very, very good, like if a student had come to me with this in the landing page review, or whatever you call it, the website review calls, I would have said 100% go for it. And you've done that, and you've proven you can get sales. That's cool. But now it's time to squeeze a little bit more out of your customers by putting these what do you call it? Putting these strategies into place and focusing on where we see the problem. I don't like, even though you've got a lot of work to do on your ads that you've got running. That's not you. Where are you? These ads that you got running, they're giving you pretty good results here. So the problem isn't necessarily in the ads right now. We just need to get more sales out of the traffic that you're sending, and we need to get bigger basket sizes. If you can do that, next Thursday or next time I go live on Thursday, you'll be saying, "All right, Chris, we're ready to scale." And that pretty much sums it up, guys. Any other questions, concerns, doubts, fears? Or are we ready to wrap this one up? I think he made a lot of those images, Jess, because I think a lot of those images, even though they were from someone else, another person tried to take him down for it. Emily, jump into the back of the line to do event questions if they got in before me, but can I get a chance to look over the changes you made on Soothing Solutions? Yeah, let's take a look. Renee, plenty of fears, but you have questions? Yeah, well, look, I've got fears too. It's normal. Do you know what my biggest fear is? It's not death. It's getting restricted at a restricted ad account. Facebook bans me from ads. I don't know what I'd do with myself. You got your better half to model for your ads? That helps. I get my better half to model for my ads too. When she's not busy. And she's in a good mood. Wow, look how beautiful this looks. Gorgeous. Hey, any of you guys watch Maths? I mean, I'm probably telling you more about myself than I care to, but my wife and I've been watching this season, and it's just so funny that we've had like 3 people with e-commerce stores, all 4 people actually, all drop shippers. I saw Jackie's store the other day. She sells jewelry, very cheap jewelry, but at least she goes to the trouble of packaging it herself, so that's nice. What was that really awful one? What was her name? The really mean-faced looking one. She was wearing these awful t-shirts that she was trying to sell, and she has an awful store selling this awful print-on-demand t-shirts. Her ads, Jackie's was not too bad. Lauren was the nasty one, wasn't it? Lauren, her store was a joke. It was a joke that she was asking for someone who could make $1 million a year. A joke that she was saying she was in e-commerce, selling nothing more than awfully printed t-shirts and hoodies, and she was like touting them on the show. It just made me sick. And then you got Clint, who I think sells golf products because he was a pro golfer, so he drop ships golf products. Yeah. I find and Adrian as well. He drop ships bags, but he says he designs them himself. So, I thought that was pretty cool. All right, where were we? Soothing Solutions. God, this looks pretty now. And clean. I love your logo. Oh, wow. Hey, that looks just like one of my images. Really well done. Really well done. Great copy. Embrace your neurodivergent mind with a tool that supports you without drawing attention. Oh, man. I'm going to show this to my wife. She's going to love this. You upgraded my product image with my inspiration. Cool. That's cool. Let me send this to the missus. Okay. So, great product images. They look incredible. Are we selling the bundles? Are you making sales? Nice. This has got to be making sales by now. I like this. The original Phoenix fidget rings. You got your ads off? Why? Why are your ads off? What was that? Were they off while you worked on this? I have a feeling that your GIF file here is a bit too large because it's taking forever to load in. You may want to have a look at reducing the file size of that one. I told you to. Yeah. It's just that like this looks great now. Like, what are you waiting for? Your store looks incredible. I would shop here. I would 100% shop here. I'm actually having store envy right now. Ten out of 10. Dude, I gave you the assignment and you nailed it. Okay, you're in the process of moving to Omnisend and struggling. Hey, go talk to Omnisend support. They will help you. They will bend over backwards to help you. They'll even if you're on one of their top plans, you can actually get your own account manager who will help you do anything. The cool thing, Renee, is you spend so much time building these websites, but Homecraftology, for example, I haven't touched the layout in 2 years now. And for this one, I don't think Emily's going to be touching the layout for a long time. Like, it's perfect. So you spend all this time doing it, and you polish up this awesome thing that just lasts a long time, and then you can just focus on ads and emails. And then what will happen for this one especially is it'll progress to the point where ads happen. Like for Homecraftology, I do a little bit of work on my ads, but then I'm in a situation now where the only thing I really do, my team manages customer support things. If the customer support tickets start going up, I tell my team to put more hours in, then they go back down. So we manage that. And then I write 3 emails a week. And that's where this kind of store is going to go. So Emily, this is great now. If you don't make profits in your first week or 2, just hold on because you'll make profit with your email on this one. Renee, please don't feel like your store is trash. Please, because when Emily first launched this one, like between there and now, she's put a lot of effort in. She tested it out. She got a few sales, but she realized she needed to focus on a different bundle to make more money per purchase. And the competition who was selling this and killing it, well, they had a few things that needed to happen on this website too. Things like this. Not hard to do, but hard to make clean. And look at the difference it makes to the website. You don't have a pretty product? Hey, listen. Not all products have to be pretty to sell. I sell a cloth. A cloth. Come on. It's a cloth. And I sell an exfoliating towel. Come on. And I've just started and I've had a few sales selling a shoe cleaner. Come on. That's not a pretty product. Emily's going to continue working on her store, or she's going to sell it to me. That's how this is going to work. I would buy that store up so quick. I'm just waiting for Renee's last message, and then we might call it a night, guys. You started your Advantage campaign this morning. You'll have some questions for you on Thursday night. Okay, cool. Cool. All right, guys. Well, if that's it for now, then we might just wrap this up. What bundle and save app? It's called Kashing, and no, I didn't discover it. The theme that I'm using actually has a pretty good bundle and save stuff inbuilt to this theme, but it didn't work very well in some situations. So I ended up using this one. What was the reason it didn't work? Oh yeah, the discounts weren't working properly. So I ended up installing Kashing. Kashing, on the recommendation of a few other students, it works really well. It's a great app. Doesn't matter, Emily. I would buy that store if you were selling it in a heartbeat. I always said to you I'd go into that niche. If you're not going into it, now I've upped it. I will buy that store off you. And you would be sad if you sold it to me. You would regret that decision. On the other hand, let me just help you make this work. And in the future, you and I, we have a very similar audience. In the future, we could do some cross-pollination. I'd be happy to once you get a few sales, maybe give you a bit of a shout out to my group who might be interested in that kind of thing. I know a lot of my customers are on the spectrum and would definitely be looking for some fidget toys or some fidget rings, and they're all female too. So get this all up and running, and I don't know if I'll bring you many sales, but I'll at least give you a shout out in my group. And maybe you could do the same once you build an audience. To do a cross-pollination. So the group that I have is Homecraftology Diamond Painting. And look, I'd like you to consider making your own group too. For those who Mark in the workout space. Guys, I got 23,000 people in this group. I started with nobody, just me and my wife. I introduced my customers to this group from my email list through my welcome series. And look, I got customers in here just sharing their love. These aren't all my products. They're literally sharing products that they buy from other companies. I do not care. This is a community for them to share their passion, their favorite pastime. It helps me get feedback about my product. I started this right at the very beginning, yeah. Just me and the wife were in there alone for a while, and so people started trickling in. And once you start getting a big group, Facebook will recommend it to other people. So if you're in the fidget toy group, you might just have fidget toys, or make something around about fidget toys, or make something around about neurodivergent group. And maybe it's sensory toys for neurodivergence, something like that. But come up with a better name for it. But let people share what things they find, and it will give you ideas for where you want to take your products. And you can ask for feedback. What's your favorite ring? And you can put out weekly specials. You can see up here. I haven't done one for a little while, but I put my weekly specials in here. I ask people, tell me what to do next. What product should we be adding? And then we got our sales up here. So this group is incredible. It's a great way for me to go and ask for reviews, and I get my own ad love from here. If I launched a new ad, I'd simply put it here and say, if I needed to go and please give me some ad love. And sometimes, like, I had one bad review on like Trustpilot or something, and I really cared about it at the time, so I put a post in here and said, hey, if you guys have really enjoyed Homecraftology, can you go to Trustpilot and give us a good review? And I had like a bunch of good reviews pop up. So you build a community around your product. Even though you might think, who would want to be in a community around a dropshipping product? Think bigger. If you're selling a Pilates machine, maybe make a Pilates dropshipping group. Not about your machine, it's about Pilates in general. If you're in the dog niche, make a dog group, because people want to share dog photos. Make it Dogs Australia. Make it Poodles Australia. I don't care. Just make a group around the niche that you're doing, and this will be an asset that you will use for the remainder of the life of your store. That is all. That is all, guys. But this is how you generate trust. Anyway, I digress. I'm going to let you guys go. Go and enjoy the rest of your night. I'll see you all on Thursday. Take care and go get some work done. See you guys.